3, 2, 1. Welcome to Credit Zero.
Welcome to Credit Zero, the podcast by After School Arcade.
Welcome to Daryl Quest 2023.
Yeah.
The first thing we do in 2023 is a new Daryl Quest.
The first thing Daryl does in 2023 is fucking leave. Yeah, Daryl isn't here today. It wasn't the last time because he had a thing to do with his parents.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, that was why you missed a show.
Oh, that man loves his parents.
That man loves his parents. Can't relate, to be honest.
They have lots of birthdays.
Yeah. Apparently.
Two.
Yeah. And they're back to back, too.
Yeah.
Maybe this is doxing his parents. Let's move on. Welcome to the January episode of Credit Zero, the podcast by After School Arcade.
After School Arcade, number 2, back.
How are you doing, Drew?
Drew is my name. Hi, everybody, I'm Drew.
How are you doing, Luke?
I'm doing well. How are you, Paul?
I'm doing well. How about you, Leslie?
I'm alright.
And Daryl, how are you? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We may call him later if he decides to stop being a bitch. I think he actually messaged us and was like, "Let me know when you start the podcast so that I can expect a call sometime." Do we even want to call that dweeb?
Anybody got a coin to flip?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let's
All right.
coin.
Go ahead. Heads we call them, tails we don't.
Is this real?
Yeah!
All right. Call it.
Wow, that was...
Call it.
Wait, heads we call them, tails we don't.
Oh,
What do you
okay,
mean,
cool.
Call it.
We call him.
We call them! Oh!
And that's not even, like, this is it may sound like to people at home like it's a bit, like, oh, we can't see the coin.
Yeah.
And indeed you can't, fuck you. But it did say heads.
Edit in a coin.
Edit in a coin?
Yeah,
With,
like
a
in the
visual?
in the YouTube video.
No one watches the YouTube version. They consistently have like 3 views, and fair enough. It is literally just a backdrop of an arcade,
Yeah.
which we acquired illegal. Well, I don't know if it's illegal.
Like it was illegal.
Yeah, we basically showed up
Subtly.
to.
We
yeah,
acquired it subtly.
Gorilla.
we showed. Yeah, it's Korea. We showed up to an arcade at some point. I think this was even before your time, Leslie.
Yeah.
This was before COVID.
Yeah, but you've gone subsequently with us to this arcade.
Okay, gotcha.
And we asked the person there, hey, can we film a little bit of footage? We're like from the Waterloo area. We just wanted to. And he was like, oh, I don't know, man. You'd have to take that up with management. I was like, oh, fair enough. Let me leave this camera here in the corner of the room. Click. It's just
It's just ambient, yeah.
There is footage on that of the guy walking by, looking directly into the lens of the camera and frowning.
Should I just say, like, expect a call in 15 minutes or something?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's give him hope.
Yeah.
He hates his parents. He wants an excuse to leave.
Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of that, we have from our December show a couple
What
of
is the segue?
a couple of questions from our audience members. And do we want to just
like
sort of,
Daryl's parents?
like Daryl's parents, who never have come to a single
No.
show of ours? Yeah, we're an improv troupe. We never explained that.
We're After School Arcade. They know.
All right, sweet. You know this
You
shouldn't
hear
be your,
After School Arcade, you think improv.
this shouldn't be your first episode. All right, so speaking of, we got a bunch of questions here from our
Let's
last
get to the
show.
questions.
Yeah. So, at our improv shows, sometimes we ask people to ask us questions to ask on the podcast. Some of them are inside jokes about the shows, and that kind of like, I wish it could work more than it does, because like we're a show later when we're
Yeah.
recording this. Like we don't remember what happened in that show.
Well, even if we do, we have to like explain what happened.
Yeah.
And then do the inside joke.
Yeah.
and
Had to
hope
be
it
there.
lands.
You had to be there. Well, Leslie, it's very ironic that you.
Yeah. This is the show specifically. I was sick and couldn't be there, so.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm sorry. That was mean. I'm sorry. I'm nicer to you guys when
pretty good.
Daryl isn't here. Just want to point that
He's
out.
just got toxic energy around him.
I knew it.
He's ruining his
Brings out the
birthday
worst
right
in
now.
all of us.
Yeah. Who's asking the first question?
The first question is from Eric.
Eric.
Eric!
It's kind of a tough one, actually. Your favorite 7-lettered animal?
7-lettered animal?
Yeah, so everybody think of an animal with 7 letters.
Giraffe.
Penguin.
I'm just taking it immediately because I can't think of any others.
You
Giraffe.
can say the same thing. You don't have to claim it.
No, I'm claiming it. You can't say fucking giraffe. She said penguin.
I would
Dance, monkey. And that's only 6 letters.
That's 5 letters.
5?
6 letters, you're right. Not very good.
Monkey.
Monkey.
See, I was gonna say monkey, but it would be monkeys.
You can like multiple animals.
Monkeys.
Okay. You can say donkeys if you want.
What was I thinking of?
You can say sonkies. You can make up an animal.
Sonky.
Dolphin.
Ostriches.
Chickums.
No, ostriches.
You can say funky, like PH, and you don't even need to pluralize it.
Funky.
Funky.
Like Funky Kong.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Ostrich is 7, is it not?
Isn't it?
Ostrich.
Ostrich. Yeah, she's correct.
O-S-T-R-I-C-H.
Good job,
Okay,
Drew.
then I can pick the one that I wanted to pick.
Yay!
Why did I think it was? I can't count today, man.
In
I don't know what's
finance.
going on. Look, I have calculators in finance. I don't need to add things myself.
Drew, you know what? What's the next question? Wait, is that... Yeah, that's good enough, right? Yeah.
I just handed you the same question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eric asks.
This comes from
A person, presumably. How bad is their handwriting?
Luz?
It's an AI generated one.
Luz?
Liz L-U-Y or L-U-Z?
Louis.
Dude, what's the
Or
fucking
L-U-J.
question?
What is your greatest fear?
Ooh. I think we did this once on a podcast.
I've done
sure
something
we
similar,
have.
yeah, but has anybody's changed?
Well, what did we even say last time?
Mine originally was changed.
Okay.
I do remember that.
So mine has changed, and I'm terrified, so it changed back. Which made me even more
It
terrified.
reminded me how scary change was.
Yeah, we definitely have done this before.
Yeah.
I think mine was something really cheesy, like being left behind or like replaced emotionally or something like that.
Emotional stuff, I think, is probably hard to articulate until it's in the moment for me. Like, I'm sure I'm, like, blacking it out.
You have, like,
with
great
my
fears
worst
of
fears.
these things.
Yeah.
I know absolutely for sure that I'm quite afraid of heights, and that's, like, a pretty...
I got that reverse thing going on.
Yeah.
I'm really terrified of looking up at
Depths.
tall buildings. Yeah.
I understand that, actually. Like, a
Yeah.
lot of times it just feels, like, scary overwhelming.
Yeah,
It's
like-
not like you know it's gonna fall on you, but it's just like...
There's the
Ugh.
what if factor for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Or even just like it teetering or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, heights for some strange reason, unless it's like super duper high up and also there's like nothing nearby. Like if there's a rail or something like that, and even if it's like the biggest fucking like canyon, I'm like, ooh. Like,
so pretty.
Cool!
if it's like a crumbly cliff, I'm like, okay, should probably get away. Like survival kicks in, you know?
Yeah, like, a 6-foot ladder, I'm pretty nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like on top of a canyon, you'd be like
Which
paralyzed.
is
I'd
weird.
be,
You're
like-
sitting next to Drew, which is the human personification of a 6-foot ladder.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if I got on his shoulders, I'd be like, down. No, I've worked on it a lot because I was really afraid when I was a kid.
Of what?
Of heights.
Okay.
But like, yeah, like I've been around cliffs and stuff, and you know, like balconies and things, and I'm just like uncomfortable around.
It's just
them.
not for you.
Like I'm like,
That's
yeah,
fair.
no, I'm not gonna go over there.
Yeah.
That's fair. I like a good balcony personally. When I'm
Okay.
on like a decently high balcony, I'm like, oh, king of the world, in my shitty apartment.
My
respect
balcony's on the
something
second
satisfying
floor.
about that.
You'd like that one.
No, I would be nervous. I
Only
would be
one?
nervous to live with that. Like I'd be nervous to be like in like an apartment building with like a really high balcony. Like
You'd be nervous to live with a person that likes balconies, or just the balcony itself?
the balcony.
Okay.
No, I'm not like, oh, they're gonna jump.
Do you ever get that?
Off
like,
the first floor.
Do you ever get that where like some balconies will have the sort of railing with the glass, but there's a bit of space at the bottom? So
I
the water can
fucking
go through?
hate that.
And it
I'm
feels
not
like
a
you're gonna,
heights
like,
person,
slip
and I
underneath.
hate it.
There's only like a couple inches, but
Yeah,
it
there's
just
only a
feels
couple
like
inches.
you're
How
gonna
are you?
slip.
What? How are you gonna? Are you Mike TV from Willy Wonka? How are you gonna slip
I've had
through?
that feeling before, and I don't know.
Of being Mike TV?
Yeah.
I get that same thing with stairs that don't have like the wall of the
Oh, they have
stairs
that
on
gap.
each step. Yeah, they're just like gaps.
You're
I'm
gonna
like,
trip or
I'm
something?
gonna trip. I'm gonna
True.
fall
It's
between
literally
the little
impossible
steps.
that you'll fall
You
into.
Yeah.
are paranoid. You are paranoid. You're always
So
thinking like,
polite.
I could. You are so polite, but you are paranoid. Drew, let me ask you something real quick. What would you do if your foreskin gained sentience?
My foreskin game, but I'm circumcised. So
Well,
it's
that
got,
was your first mistake. Now
Oh,
it's
no,
angry.
I didn't choose that.
That's your first mistake. Now it's angry and sentient.
There's still
It's-
a little bit
I didn't
of that.
ask like, oh, what if your foreskin was still attached to you and got sentience? I asked, what would you do if your foreskin gained sentience? It's coming after you like a slug.
Yeah,
what
it
if-
falls.
Wait.
Like it falls.
wait.
Yeah, it's coming after you like a
So it's
world's
literally
angriest
like-
inchworm.
It like a zombie like reaches out of the ground and then inches towards me. Is it like the snail thing where if it touches me I die? Do I get $1 million?
No, it gained sentience. It gained straight up sentience.
But
Also,
it can't talk. It doesn't have vocal cords.
yeah, but it's
It
angry
just
and
worms
sentient.
around. Does it know me?
Yeah. Well, it is you.
Is it though?
Yes.
Like, if I
If
lose
I
a
cut
finger...
off, if you lose a finger and I reattach it to yourself, you're like, oh, I just got a finger donation from someone else. No, you idiot.
No! If I cut off my finger and it's sitting on the ground, that's not part of me.
But if it gets
But if
reattached,
it reattached, then it's part of me again.
Why not?
it still
was
is a part of
temporarily
no, it's a
not me.
part. It's a part of you, but it's segregated from the rest of you, or separated from the rest of you. I guess segregated is the wrong word. Yeah, whatever.
I don't know if I believe that. I think
You don't have to, it's
not
science.
part of you. Yeah, that's science.
Yes, because they can reattach it.
I'm sure Neil deGrasse Tyson studies whether or not
he
if
doesn't.
a finger comes off.
That's
is it
literally
still
not his
part of
area.
you?
That's literally not his area of
All
expertise.
scientists are the same.
Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, really relying on you to tell me if your finger's a part of you or not, if that's what you're gonna be your fucking response.
Assuming that I actually knew that my foreskin was sentient, like I saw it like running towards me. I mean, it's not that dangerous.
Drew!
I might keep it as a pet.
Drew,
I would
your
say.
foreskin grows back. What do you do?
It grows back.
Yes.
I mean, I would probably get that shit checked out. That'd be weird as fuck. That's never happened before.
Okay, so what? You'd go into the doctor and just be like,
Yeah,
what?
be like, look at this.
Look at this and point
This is
where?
not the way it was
And
before.
point where?
To my dick.
Yeah, that's your first mistake. I didn't say it grows back on your dick.
Ooh.
It grows back on your neck, and now you have an ingrown hoodie.
Wait, it got bigger? It goes all the way around.
It's
It's like
stretchy.
makeshift. Yeah, you can stretch it. Like you can stretch foreskin normally.
Does
you can
it-
fit pennies in there.
Does it, like, can I feel from it?
Yeah,
yeah,
I would assume
sensitive.
so.
You could feel from your normal well, I guess you wouldn't know,
I
but
know.
people can feel from their normal foreskins.
So neck foreskin also feels.
Yeah.
So if,
you
like-
could it's a hoodie that feels.
Oh, but if you put the hoodie, like, during the rain, and it's, like, raining on it, I
Yeah.
feel like that'd be really sensitive.
You'd get to finally live out Natasha Bedingfield's final wish and feel the rain on your skin.
You could probably shave your head and get like the same
Totally.
experience.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be the same experience.
Foreskins are way
Way more
more
sensitive.
Yeah, foreskins
Yeah.
feel different. You have to really appreciate the nerve endings of the
Is
foreskin.
it, like, wrinkly?
I don't. Well, it can be if
Like,
you
if it's
wrinkle
scrunched
it
up
up.
at the back, it's, like, wrinkly, and then you stretch it out, and it's, like, really
Yeah,
smooth.
it depends on how much you stretch it out. Like, it could be like a makeshift like swim cap where like you put it over your forehead and it's like, ugh.
It's, like, straight to it. Yeah.
yeah.
Pulling your eyebrows up, yeah.
Or it's real baggy, son, and you can probably like fit stuff in. You could be like a kangaroo, but in
Ooh,
the
a
back.
little pouch.
Yeah,
Are
get a little
cops gonna
pouch.
search it?
Dude, like you have a
God.
kid. Would you put a kid in your makeshift foreskin hoodie?
No!
Why not?
That would feel weird. I mean, because I know it's, like...
Kangaroos do it all that.
Yeah, but it's not their foreskin.
It's from whence they came.
If I had a
Okay,
hoodie...
the foreskin loses its sexual nature when it's
if it
on
gets
your
attached
back.
to my- Not if it's as sensitive. If it's as sensitive and it can get me,
It's
like,
as
aroused
sensitive.
Oh.
The back of your
point.
hand is sensitive. It's not going to make you come. Okay, go on. Go
What
on.
I'm saying is, like, if it has the same interaction no matter where it is on my body, that it, like, I don't know, like, gives me a hard on or whatever when it gets.
It's not going to get. No, this foreskin is well behaved. It doesn't
Okay.
give you a hard on.
If you can promise me that, then maybe I will put my kid in it.
All right, I promise you that.
Okay.
Are you going to put your kid in the foreskin hoodie?
Don't say it like that. That sounds so weird.
Are you going to put your kid in your makeshift skin on the back of your neck hoodie?
Yes.
That also happens to be a foreskin. Thank you, Drew,
Fuck.
for your time. We can move on to the next question.
Ooh.
All right.
This one comes from Josh.
Josh.
Josh
Oh.
and Cody? No.
Would you solve
you
That's
Did you mean Zach?
Drake and Josh or Zach and Cody?
Yeah, you can't like splice them together. That just
The
doesn't
sweet
work.
life of Drake and Josh.
Sweet Life of Josh says, would you solve world hunger or global warming, or neither cause you suck?
So we can choose one.
But not both, but you can choose neither.
So the question is, if you solve global, like, hunger, does that take stress out of the world enough to let people focus on global warming?
All right.
No.
Judge?
No.
Judge? I'd like to say something. You know how, like, the U.S. produces a lot of food waste? Like, an estimated, like, 30% of its food is, like, wasted?
Yeah.
If I solved world hunger via that,
Yeah.
that does contribute positively to solving global warming, because there's less, like, rot and methane going
Yeah.
into the atmosphere.
You're also producing less. You can produce less because you don't have to make as much food.
Bingo.
There's a lot of it.
But are
goes
you
to
saying,
waste.
that's-
like, shipping food from the U.S. to other countries?
I'm saying... What? What the hell are
It'd
you
be-
talking
it'd
about?
be-
It's
redis-
global. It's global hunger.
Yeah, no, we're solving global hunger with all of the food waste. Like, if I'm allowed to solve global hunger with a certain method rather than we produce even more. Like, you can't just, I solved world hunger. You have to say, like, how.
Yeah, you have a rationale for
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But what
yeah.
I'm saying is, like, the U.S. has a bunch of food waste. Getting them to make
Oh,
less food.
I just gave an example of one country. I'm sure all countries have food waste. I'm saying using the food waste to evenly distribute
like
food.
internally in the country that is making. Yeah. So it's not like take all the food waste in America and just
No,
spread it around the world.
The world ain't in America. I was just using that as an example.
Yeah.
So if I manage to solve it, and I don't think we'd still need to produce a little bit more. So honestly, the stuff that would have gotten thrown out, probably we could just like make up with it with like that instead of like reducing the amount that we create.
Yeah.
And then just like solve world hunger, less methane in the atmosphere. I'd pick world hunger because it seems like solving world hunger would help global warming or like help climate change more than solving climate change would help global hunger.
I would say that solving climate change would help with crops growing, like all the droughts we're getting, all the torrential downpours that are flooding crops, like all the extremes of weather are being caused by global warming. So if we had a much more kind of reliable weather system, I feel like it could allow for greater crop output perhaps, or like quality of food.
Is Josh just trying to teach us that these problems are intertwined?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Watched
I would
a
say-
YouTube video once and was like, I know what to ask.
I think it's astute that you're like solving world hunger through food waste, but I think you could also solve world hunger through increasing crop production through industrial agriculture, which would worsen climate change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the approach that you take.
You really like the word astute. You've been using it a lot lately.
I've been using it more often. I get up every day and say astute.
I'm not complaining.
Into the mirror.
It makes me feel really good when you say that something I did was astute. Like, yeah, I did it.
So you said it well.
Yeah, so that's a nice word. I'm not trying to criticize you for it. I am too nice when Daryl isn't here. Someone bring him back.
We've also been spending more time together, so we're nicer to each other.
I don't think that because
all the parts
I
out of the way.
don't trust like that because like, when Drew and I are together, we're pleasantly nice to each other. But on this podcast, we fucking hate each other.
That's true.
What's wrong with everybody else?
Yeah, so like clearly I'm just sick, or Daryl needs to come back. Either or.
I mean, I do want to.
Man took $50 and ran.
Yeah.
You want to tell them about his goof?
It was
Big goof.
It was the funniest thing in the world. So, Luke, at the improv show, Luke was.
I was very stressed. By the
Luke
way.
was very stressed, by the way, and he. What? That wasn't even a joke, Drew. I just repeated
Luke was
what-
having a bad time.
That makes
a bad day.
me, Drew Hobden, laugh. Drew, I'm gonna ask you a hypothetical after this, just for that. So, these are my punishments for you now. The hypotheticals.
What did I do wrong the last one?
I don't know. I'll think of it later. Anyway, so Luke was already stressed, by the way, and he needed to write down his email address for e-transfers because some people showed up to our show but didn't have paper money on them. Valid. So I guess it would be more like plastic money at this point.
Yeah.
It's weird how we keep calling it. Anyway, Luke didn't want to write it down. I'm guessing because like your handwriting is less legible than Daryl's.
Yeah, I also was doing a lot at the time.
That's fair.
So I just needed to delegate something. And
So-
Daryl wasn't doing anything.
So Daryl was asked to write down Luke's email address, and Luke started reading it out, and was like, "I won't give like that on this, but let's just say it was I like ponies 99 at hotmail.com, and so he said like." I love ponies 99 at Hotmail, and then just Daryl wrote I love ponies at, and then Luke was like, no, that's not what I said.
He's also
at
writing it
symbol.
way too small. Like he had no idea why he was doing this. I'm like, no, this is a sign just in case.
Like he was just
like,
writing it on the
yeah,
line
and-
of the paper?
Yeah,
Where
he's
was
right-
I for this?
It was like I'm like
You
yeah
can-
no Daryl, you should see it from
getting
like 6
chairs.
feet away so that like if people don't have cash they can step aside and just like do it
Yeah,
by
yeah.
themselves and they can see it nicely, like make it nice and easy for them to pay.
Yeah.
So that it's not a massive hassle.
Yeah.
And he took it was like 2 or 3 attempts at that sign.
Yeah, and then even then, he got the email address wrong because he put Gmail at the end instead of hotmail.com.
Yeah.
So, of the 6 people who paid via e-transfer, one was a friend of ours, and she corrected, Daryl's mistake, really. And the rest of them got a fucking free ride and just got to see our show for fucking free.
Heyo.
I mean,
They'll get
probably,
that refund in a month.
probably good advertisement.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'm willing to swallow that mistake.
Yeah.
It's just in outer space.
All right,
Like,
Drew, are you ready for your punishment? What would you do if you were the hairiest man at the rec center?
I'm I don't go to a lot of like.
That's not the question.
Okay,
Do
if I
not
happen
deny
to
the
be
premise.
there,
Do
if I
not.
happen to be there, and I happen to be very hairy,
Yeah.
um,
What would you do if you were the hairiest man at the rec center?
I mean, I would own that shit.
Hell
like,
yeah.
surely I would
Feel
own
free to
that
add
shit.
variables, of course. Yeah?
Like,
you'd own that
I
shit.
want some context, all right? So
What if it stanked real bad?
What if it stank real bad
What if
and
is
everyone
it like
else
rec
was...
center is in like pool?
No, the recreational center. It has
the
a pool.
fucking YMCA
there's
or
tons
something?
of different like components to a recreational center.
Are you
can't-
trying to infiltrate them all at once,
But
you
what I'm
hairy
saying is,
bastard?
like, I would go to the pool if I smelled really bad.
You go to the pool...
I would smell like chlorine after that.
The pool would smell bad and be clogged with your hair.
Yeah.
No.
Also, what if you were like not like
Am I gorilla hairy? Or...
yeah, like Robin Williams hair?
Yeah. You are
Like,
the
Not
hair-
just like I have.
Have you
big,
met the
hairy
old
armpits
men
or whatever.
at the rec center? You are the hairiest
I'm hairier than
man.
all of them.
Yeah, combined.
Combined?
Yeah, combined. You are the hairiest man at the rec center.
I feel like if I'm
And, like,
that hairy,
Everyone when they see you, like you're so hairy, everyone when they see you says, "Oh, you already know what it's about." They just say that to you.
Like
Yeah.
not a square inch of exposed skin other than your face.
Yeah,
I would
and
wear-
even in that case,
I would go to the pool. I would wear like a speedo, and it would just be like fur, like curling
oh,
over
you're gonna
top
like
of it.
bore at it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If I had a body type like that, I mean,
What hairy?
look, if I had a body type like that, I would either not go to the rec center or I would go to the rec center with full confidence. There is no in between.
Okay, so what would happen if you were really hairy and got kidnapped and ended up at the rec center? Like you didn't show up
like
there
I
of
was
your own free
forced
will.
there.
Yeah.
In this version that I'm like nervous to go to the rec center because I'm like ashamed of my body.
Well, I assume if you got kidnapped and went to the rec center and you already wanted to go to the rec center, you're like, hey.
I'm like, well, thanks for the ride.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, okay, so what's keeping me there? Am I pinned down? Like, am I? You know, they're like, get in the pool, get in the pool. Like, what's happening?
You just mind holding a gun.
You said I was kidnapped.
You were kidnapped, but then you were dropped off at the rec center, and you're nervous about being
No,
there.
I'll just walk home. What do you mean?
The place is a maze. You're trying to find your exit. You can't find it.
It's
for the
like
life of
2
you.
hours from your house. You don't have a license or any money on you.
Yeah. And you're very hairy. You're at least the hairiest man in the rec center.
At least.
At least.
Go to the front desk. Ask if I can use their phone.
They go, ah! And they run away. They think it's Bigfoot. They get their camera
Yeah.
and keep taking shots, but it's way too blurry.
It's way too blurry.
What about-
I'm like walking
what
like
about-
the side profile.
Yeah, okay, you keep looking for employees and suddenly, like, no one's around and you can't see anybody, and they found out they triggered the silent alarm. And there's emergency
Sirens start blaring outside.
Yeah. The glass door shuts down in front of the exit.
I'm like locked in.
Yeah, the place is quarantined.
Yeah.
They were like, the hairiest man, the hairiest man! That's all they say to you. Like, in
Helicopters.
between them saying, you already know what it's all about, because they do say that when they
Right,
see you.
as
that
they're
hairy.
running away.
Yeah. They,
Oh, he knows what it's all about?
Yeah.
Just employees you've never seen before. He knows what he's all about. You know what it's all about, buddy.
Should I answer this stupid question? Yeah. Alright, this one comes from Core One. Who came from a long time to see our boy, I'm gonna feel absolutely terrible if I can't read my own housemate's handwriting. It's bad news, everybody. Is white bread is
This is a journey.
I know, okay, I know every word but the second one, to be fair. Is something bread real bread? Is Wonderbread real bread?
Wonderbread, real
Wonderbread,
bread,
real
yeah.
bread.
No.
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 Yes.
It's like
Oh.
cake.
Go on, Drew.
Go on,
Tell us
Drew.
while you're wrong.
You're earning another hypothetical as we speak.
Plenty of families eat Wonderbread for their grilled cheese. They eat it for their like sandwiches.
Yeah, sure, but
They
it's
go
not
for lunch.
fucking real bread. You can eat it. That doesn't make it authentic
Define
bread.
real bread.
Actually,
you
yeah,
baker.
actually, the craft singles, a lot of people don't consider that real cheese.
Yeah.
That's true. And
fucking plastic.
spam's not real meat.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next hypothetical. So, why you need to prove why Wonderbread is real bread?
Do I have to prove it, or do you have to prove that it's not? Because
No, the burden of proof is on the person making the statement that it is not real bread.
I don't know the chemistry behind
sorry, that is
Wonderbread.
real
I
bread.
just know that it's like in the bread aisle.
Is a
and
whiteboard
you
real
use
bread?
It for bread.
Is fucking like
You don't buy whiteboards at Zayre's. What do you mean? It's
also,
whiteboard?
so Zayre's is the qualifying factor?
Zayre's and Sobeys and all these other.
Is a Milky Way real bread?
No.
You can get it at Zayre's.
shut up.
People who live in certain countries where they've passed down bread making and actual, real, handmade bread,
Like
they come
Wonderbread,
to.
yeah?
Well, yeah, exactly. They come to America and they say that our bread is like fucking cake.
That's what I
they
said.
call it
yeah.
cake.
I'm saying that.
I'm not saying it's high quality bread or it could use less sugar or whatever, but it is still bread.
Based on what definition? You have to prove that something is not. We don't have to prove that it is not.
I'm going off of airplane mode. Sorry for the static.
That's fine.
Are you gonna look up if it's real bread?
No, I'm gonna look up the
anyone
definition
ever
of bread
hears
and explain from that perspective.
In any of our episodes, it's because Drew left his, specifically Drew, left his phone off of airplane mode, and it interferes with the instrument.
That's what it's doing to our brains, yo.
All right. Food made of flour, water, and yeast, or another leavening agent, mixed together and baked. That is all.
Okay, so what are the
definition of
ingredients
bread.
of Wonderbread? If there's
Well,
no,
okay, let me go look that up now.
Isn't there like
if
bleach
there's
in
no-
Wonderbread?
Yeah, if there's no fucking
There's no
yeast,
bleach. What are you talking about?
if there's
Yeah,
no
they put a
fucking-
whitening agent in
if
it.
they
so
don't,
that it's-
yeah, that actually that bleaches it, so that falls under the definition of bleach. Or do you want to look
but
up
it's not
that
an ingredient.
definition, you little bitch?
They take out the there's 3 components of grain and they take out the 2 that make it darker, and that's why it's just white, and then they bleach the one part, but it's not an
You
Yeah,
just said they bleach it.
but it's not an ingredient.
Well, if they bleach it, then bleach is an ingredient, isn't it, Drew?
Hold on, I have to fucking find this.
If
It's
they
taking forever.
bleach it, that's part of the process, yes?
Yeah.
And the bleaching agent, otherwise known as bleach, just not the bleach you drink.
Enriched
you
wheat
drink.
flour, water,
Yeast.
sugar, vegetable oil,
Yeah.
yeast, salt, defatted soy flour, calcium propionate, vegetable monoglycerides, sodium styrol to lactylate,
Not my bread.
sorbic acid, enzymes, absorbic acid, may contain added wheat, gluten, L-citizanite.
There may be some wheat in there,
Hydrochloride.
if you're lucky.
It contains wheat and soy. Look, it has the 3 components and it's baked. Fuck off, it's bread.
Okay, fair enough. Are you ready for your hypothetical? Your
I don't
punishment?
get punished.
time.
I was right.
Punish
No,
time.
no, no.
Punish one of them. I was right.
No. This wasn't contingent on whether you were right or wrong. It was for wasting our fucking time. Are you ready? All right, Drew. What would you do if Drew? What would you do if your plumber got scared of you?
My plumber got scared of me.
How'd you make him that scared, dude?
That's what I'm wondering. I'll be honest. I get like nervous when strangers are in my house and they have like a sort of authority. Like when you call over like a plumber or like an electrician, you just have to like let them do their thing because they have more expertise than you.
Your plumber's terrified of you. What'd you do, man?
What did you do?
What'd you do, dude?
Oh, maybe I fucking.
You can't treat people like that.
What did you do? You said maybe I.
I was gonna say maybe I like just tried to start up a conversation with them.
Well, that's fucked up, Drew.
What did you say?
I shouldn't talk at all.
What did you say? Did you confuse like one of the words in the contract for like a little girl or something like that, like you do all the time?
Where did that come from?
Our last episode where you confused Lil for Lolly.
That's not a little girl.
It kind of
It
is.
Lolly is by definition a little girl.
Lollies are like 1,000 years old. It's fine.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on.
We can't excuse genuine. You're sick. You're absolutely fucking sick. So what would you do? How'd you make him that scared, dude?
He's starting to cry.
I mean, the only way that I can
IRL.
imagine it happen.
Oh, in
is-
real life, you hate acronyms. You hate when I say acronyms as acronyms.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
Specifically when you do it. Everybody
Okay.
else do it.
Sweet. Fair treatment.
The way I imagine is I would be nervous because this plumber's in my house doing their thing. I don't know what they're doing.
He's scared and I'm nervous.
So it's just
I'm
two-
the victim.
It's just two people looking across the hall, terrified of each other like Sims.
Well, that's like it's like a cornered animal, and cornered animals are scary. So I'm sure I would do something or like look at the person weirdly.
The
or like
sack on your neck would inflate.
they'd be like, "Are you even human?"
The foreskin hoodie just like.
You curl up in it like an
Pissing more
armadillo
than
and
you've ever
fucking
pissed
roll
in
away.
your life.
They're trying to fix the sink. I'm just pissing beside them.
Okay, that would make me as a
That'd be
plumber
pretty-
uncomfortable.
It's a power move.
No,
okay?
I'd be more
This
angry.
is my house.
I'd be more angry as a plumber than scared if someone pissed next to me. I'd be like, "Ew, dude, what the fuck?" I wouldn't be like, "No."
Stop it.
The day of reckoning.
Seen a lot of piss.
Yeah. All right, that's enough for your punishment for now. Let's get back into the
Jesus
action.
Christ.
Yeah, read the long one.
This one's really long. Okay, this is from Cam.
Cam, we like Cam.
Just saw him.
Do you favor or dislike any type of improv game? I tend to enjoy open scenes or games without strict rules, and dislike games that rely on the audience laughing at the improvisers struggling.
Well, you must fucking hate the first half of our shows then.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like puppets or any musical/singing game. Thoughts?
He dislikes that?
P.S. Shout out to Wallhag Ream. 10 out of 10. Good game. What is this? What is this game?
All right,
Yes,
you
it's
guys
right there.
answer that while I try to...
Something game.
Waiting room!
Waiting
How are-
room.
Look at that!
Also, he
Oh,
said
that
he-
is pretty damn
Hold
clear,
on, hold
dude.
on, hold on. He said he doesn't. He said, now that you said waiting room, it definitely looks like waiting room.
What do you say, wilting hag?
Wall hag room.
Wall hag room. Wall hag room. Wall hag room.
It doesn't look like an
hag
H.
room.
No, it doesn't.
No, he's seeing this
Also,
second
they
thing
were
as like
playing, like,
capital H.
Oh, the
Doodles
T
and
is
stuff
connecting
on
to
the
the I.
Yeah, connects to the knee bone.
Communistic.
But how can you say you don't like games where the gimmick is the audience laughing at the improviser struggling, and then say you like waiting game?
Is that a struggle?
It is, because you're like,
Yeah, 'cause-
you're trying to figure out what everybody's doing. I mean, I guess like that's less trying to figure out what everybody's doing than like party quirks.
Puppets, I think okay, so Puppets is a game, we should probably explain these. Puppets is a game where two people can't move their body at all, and two other people are behind those two actors, and one person is moving one of the two actors like a puppet. So there's two sets of like two people, two puppets and two puppeteers. And like the two puppets can talk, and the two puppeteers can't. But the puppeteers can move them, and it's a fun game of just sort of like, does their action match what they say?
Yeah.
Oh, you can see them like struggling to like pick up an apple or something like that in the scene. It's a lot of fun.
The puppet's like, I want to go over there, and the puppeteer is not moving them.
Yeah, I think the big part of that is that like careful. I think a big part of that is that in puppets, the actors themselves are struggling, specifically the puppeteers.
Yeah, I feel like the puppeteers are the ones that are struggling.
Yeah, and it's like a
And
clear,
usually that's
and
an
it's-
audience member.
Yeah, and it's a clear physical struggle. And I think in like singing games, most improvisers don't like singing. As someone who played Waiting Game not a couple hours ago, Waiting Game is way too long to explain. You're basically all waiting for something, but you all think you're waiting for the same thing, but you don't know what the other people are waiting for. Done.
Dramatic irony.
Yeah. You're not really struggling in the same way as puppets.
I guess that's fair.
He's putting a threshold on struggle.
I think you're still struggling a little bit, because even when I was going over the game that I played for our Dragon Tank show, the bus driver one, I was like, I don't know why that was so popular. And then we were talking, and I was like, I think people like watching you squirm a bit and try to figure stuff out that they already know. Yeah. And I think that counts as a struggle, per se.
Okay, well in that case, it's weird how like... Waiting Game, it's not reliant on someone getting something, but something like...
The version where you don't guess at the end,
Yeah.
I think 10 out of 10, I agree with his assessment there. The version where, like, you have to go through everybody,
Yeah.
like, what was this person? What was this person?
I will
that
admit-
section relies on seeing them
I
struggle.
will admit, people like the actors trying to guess things at the end of a game. It's like, who cares?
Yeah, move on.
In my opinion,
I
just
hate
because
that.
I've seen that in club scenarios where like genuinely the guessing sometimes has taken half as long as the scene itself.
And they want it word for word what the ask for was.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So I at that club I just said like, why not at the end to save time? Just each of the four people just say in order what they were waiting for. And it's like you still get the factor, and you don't waste everyone's fucking time like we're doing explaining an improv game that most people probably don't know / care about. I disagree entirely with Cam. I think I rather like games with strict rules in them because he says he
likes
tends to
open
enjoy
scenes.
open scenes in games without strict rules and all that because I like what you can play with when it comes to rules. If the rules say you have to sit for the entire scene, my first reaction is always, do you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If like the scene is all about like you can't sit, you have to sit, stand, or lie, like in sit, stand, lie. I love just sort of like finding out what I can do, and I'm sure you all know, whenever I play sit, stand, lie, the way that I play that game is I keep moving from sitting, standing, and lying over and over
Constantly
again.
changing, but also like finding different things to do when you're lying down or sitting. Like, I've said it a billion times. Restrictions breed creativity.
I
love
agree.
that shit.
I agree.
It's
That's
not my
so
quote.
profound.
It's not
So
my
hot.
quote. It's an astute observation.
So hard.
This is how you scared your
God,
plumber,
I
dude.
know.
I I am interested if I mean we can't ask Cam on the podcast. Call him. But
I don't have his number.
But
We're overdue for calling Daryl.
That's fine.
we'll ask him the next hypothetical.
All right.
But I'm interested. I wonder if he doesn't like doing the restricted scene or doesn't like watching the restricted scenes, because that's two very different ways to engage with improv.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I just really like playing around with rules of the scene because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to call Daryl and just like check in with him and make sure he's still alive?
Yeah.
Editor
Give him
me,
the hypothetical and then just like
and let
hang
him-
up on
Yeah,
him.
hang up on him.
Ask him the
Phone
Wonderbread
bits on this podcast rarely work out that great.
See if he's got my back about Wonderbread.
Hi, Editor Paul here. So we have an issue with phones, as you probably know if you know the lore to our podcast. As soon as Luke turned on his phone, there was just an ungodly sound. So I've taken the liberty of cutting that out. But we tried to phone Daryl and got a fucking voicemail. And we left off with telling him, hey, you took $50 from us. There you go. Back to the action.
He doesn't know about that yet.
Really?
He's the only one who doesn't.
He's gonna hear and be like, what the hell are we talking about?
Are you going back on airplane mode so you can't call back?
He lost his chance, dude.
That's
hell is that?
legendary. He's probably having a bad time. Whatever. All right. Whatever. All right. So anyway, does anyone have any other further thoughts on this?
Oh, he drew on the back.
Oh, I
There's
love
some
it.
tic-tac-toe. There's a giraffe.
That's your
It
favorite
says
animal.
draw with a sad face.
Well, favorite seven
Ooh,
of
there's an
my
octopus holding knives in each arm. Two tanks fighting each other.
Octopus. What the fuck was I thinking?
You like
Octopus is a
octopi,
great
but-
answer.
Yeah. I changed my.
Elephant. Come on.
That's more than.
That's
Oh
eight.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna.
PH
I can't get it
instead
right.
of
So
an
much,
F.
but-
I just like separate them. So like Ella and Fant. For some strange reason, I
That's
don't
what
know
I
how.
tried to do with ostrich, but I double counted like the T or something.
Didn't you like uncount? You said it was like 6
I
letters.
said it was 8.
Oh, okay, my bad.
A lot of my favorite animals are 6 or 8 letters.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You don't
Monkey?
like cats?
Monkey's 6, orangutans 8.
Well, if you put them together, you get gorilla, and that's 7.
Gorillas.
Holy shit! I pulled that out of my ass.
Wow.
Like I said that before fact checking it in my mind, as I say with most things on
Yeah,
this
that's
podcast.
very believable.
That's 8.
It gorilla?
G-O-R... Wait, fuck.
Yeah,
No,
you're
there's...
stupid.
There's only one arm.
I
There's
win. I win.
Lil Dick powers, Leslie.
All right, Drew. Scenario. You're at the championship round of spelling bee, right?
Oh god. Okay.
And
Oh.
the judges say
Fucking suck at spelling.
your final phrase is
Phrase?
Drew Hobden has a baby penis. Spell it.
I have to spell the whole phrase.
Yeah, and do you spell it? Or
On
not?
the final round?
You
Yeah.
have to say it
You
out
have
loud
to say
first.
it before. Yeah, you have to
and
say
then-
it beforehand,
yeah.
then spell it and say it after.
Oh,
Spelling
you
bee
do.
rules.
That's the format.
Can I say like, can you use it in a sentence? Actually, no. I don't want them to. I don't want them to expand it on anymore. It's the question of do I swallow my pride for the victory? I could be pretty competitive.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I probably would.
All right, proceed.
Oh, now I have to... No, because I'm not winning anything if I say it now.
Oh,
do I win?
Excuse me. What do
What do
you
I
say?
win?
What do you win? You win the spelling bee.
Wait, what does that get me?
Do you want to spell the fucking thing or not? Are you doing
I'm
this?
deciding if I want to spell it or not.
This is a most unusual. Most of our contestants don't need to morally decide whether they want to participate in the spelling bee.
Well, yeah, but you don't say most of your contestants have a small penis.
Well, it's not true for them.
Yeah, they're winners.
Just leans into the mic, eyebrows raised.
That's enough of this hypothetical if you want.
All right, here you go.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's too bad Daryl isn't here because there's no name on this one.
Oh, he'd get mad. It's a shame he died.
Quick, call him, see what he thinks.
Since this show, Paul put out props. You should do props. You should do props segment in the show.
Did I?
Is that a request or a
Also,
question?
not a question. Also, poorly written.
Was that because
Since
we had
this-
the cardboard box? What was the prop?
This was what, November show?
December.
No, December show.
Also, yeah. How did I do this?
Was it your fucking tree? Was that a prop? Did
Was
you
that
guys
the prop?
use that
Was
in a
it-
scene?
It was a gift box. It was
There
a
was the gift box for the lines from
Yeah.
a box,
Yeah.
and there was the tree. Those were the only two
Well,
props.
I think even just that was just the one prop. Why did they assume I put it? I'm flattered.
That was
You were the
me.
host, so maybe they... No, Luke was the host.
Yeah,
Luke
so
was
they just
the old
assumed
man.
like Paul did everything, which like don't get me wrong, fair 95% of the time.
We don't do a lot of
Prop work.
crop work, but we might next show.
Poor comma use, bad. Poor comma use. They put the plural of props in the wrong place.
Drew, would you name your child Porcamayus?
No.
But like come home Porcamayus.
I'm
Porcama.
not...
Oh,
I'm
that sounds kind of
Porcama.
nice.
Canadian.
Very
I never-
Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah, Porcamayus. Would you marry a beautiful
Socrates.
woman named Porcamayus?
Oh, maybe.
But you wouldn't name your child that?
No, because I have
curly
I have
hair.
no
Oh, yeah.
relationship to the name.
Yes, you
Briefly
do.
got-
And we're making the memory right the fuck now. Like how
This is
much
the moment.
How much would I have to pay you to? Did I hit you with this hypothetical beforehand?
Chicks.
How much money would it take for you to legally change your name to Shrew Hobden?
That is not going to happen.
It's funny because he's so tall.
You could be like a billionaire. You just and you could call yourself like
but you're
Shrew Drew Hobden, and everyone would still call you Drew. But like legally speaking,
legally-
you'd have to write
The thing is,
Shrew Hobden. How much money?
My legal name is already Andrew, and I want to change it to Drew anyway.
Yeah, I remember when the cops showed up and it's like, your friend Andrew. And I'm like, I don't have a friend named Andrew. And they're like, sir.
Stop pulling our leg.
On your fucking telephone.
Get real. Oh, I have another hypothetical for you after this.
All right, $10,000. Give me $10,000.
10,000? That's it? Less than you make in a year to legally change your name to
All
Shrew
I have
Hobden?
to do is change my name, and I can change it back anytime.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's
no.
what you said. That is what you said.
I
You
did
said,
not say that.
He
I
did
did
not
no.
say that.
No. You said change
Nobody here thinks that, you
said-
stupid idiot.
The condition was legally change your name to Shrew Hobden. That is all you said.
Everyone calls you, and everyone can call you Drew.
Right.
You can't legally change it back.
Did not say that.
Well, new rules, bitch. How much money?
$100,000.
The hypothetical evolves.
Yeah,
As
if
much
it
as you-
has to be permanent.
As much as you make in like 2 to 4 years?
Yeah.
All right.
Well invested. I can turn it into a lot of money.
Money well spent. I'd just call you Shrew for the rest of your life, and you'd be like, "Stop it!" All right.
Oh, Peter, stop it.
So I think I sent you this in a voice memo once.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't know David Lynch. So this doesn't really. Do you know David Lynch, Leslie?
I know that name.
All right. What if you
Where's
go?
it from?
Oh, god damn it! All right, never mind. Whatever. I'm gonna ask Luke again in front of everybody.
Yeah.
What would you do if you got cuckolded by David Lynch?
What would he say?
He would say something along the lines of like he'd be like in the director's chair because he's a movie director,
Sure.
and like the red curtains, the flowing red curtains would be behind him, as exemplified in such TV as Twin Peaks and movies as Fire Walk with Me or Wild at Heart or Mulholland Drive or Blue Velvet. There you go.
I've heard of Twin Peaks.
All right, great. And
That's a booby restaurant in the States.
and like
Booby restaurant?
Yeah, it's like Hooters,
it's
but
doing the
competing. Yeah,
it's doing the like
exactly.
reverse zoom in on David Lynch, and he just says like, "Now I want to make it clear that I had sex with your wife." What would you do? I'd clap and call it another Lynchian masterpiece. Personally,
Make it clear that I had sex with your wife.
get real.
Get on your fucking telephone.
I love this. So for those that don't know what we're talking about, there's a viral video of David Lynch, the director, going. He starts off so like soft-spoken and like a sweet dad. Like, you know, if you're watching a movie on a small screen, you're not getting the experience of watching a movie in all of your senses. And if you're watching a movie on your telephone, he says telephone, then how can you possibly expect to appreciate the movie? And I keep seeing that. All these people watching these movies on their fucking telephone.
Oh my god.
Get real.
Yeah, he's like
Jeez.
it is
Gets
funny
super
that he's
angry
like
at you.
he's like a very like artsy, like weird art house director, but like the way he talks is like your grandpa. Like
Yeah.
he's like from like Colorado or something, like
Something like that.
Montana, and he's just like, we need a little person we need a little person 3 degrees to the right, and that's just not the right shade of blue, and they should be talking backwards.
What a lack of perspective too. Just like assume that everyone can watch a film on like a nice large TV and
You have to go to
take it in.
IMAX or
That's
Yeah.
the experience. That's the experience. I mean, he's very particular about
like
his
sure it
craft.
is, but like he sounded angry.
He was.
He's just complaining about kids. Like,
Yeah,
That's
he's-
most of it.
You see like behind the scenes footage and he's like looking at red curtains, which is his favorite thing in the world. He's like, oh, that looks so beautiful. Like something like that. And then like it'll hard cut to like him on like a megaphone going, okay, let's do that again, but this time make it good.
Yeah, I bet before that telephone speech, he like read a review that was like, I liked the movie, but it wasn't very immersive.
Yeah.
And it was like sent from an iPhone. And he's like,
Oh, that's wonderful. What was the question again?
Since this show, Paul put out props, you should do
props.
props segment in the show.
Yeah, good job with those props, Paul.
I mean,
it's
we
like
could
a very
we could
Who's Line thing,
thanks.
doing
We could
the
explore.
props bit.
We could explore doing a props bit, or probably in our next show because we'll have a lot of opportunity to do so. You'll see. Oh,
We'll just have to bring it
Alright,
back.
anyway.
It'll be another bit where like we don't know what we're getting into.
we never know what we're getting into. That's improv, baby.
Whoa,
Bang.
shit.
James
Sounds like
again,
Weird Al for a second.
which I don't think we've gotten to James's first question, but
Oh, there's two. Do you want to read this one first?
sure.
All right, I'll do James again.
James says, "What is the best thing you have cooked? Grilled cheese most definitely does not count."
Call him
James,
out.
First of all, a grilled cheese can be tastier than most other dishes if you do it.
you put some
amazingly.
caramelized onions, some bacon on that shit, some nice actual cut cheese, maybe a little bit of Gouda on there. That shit is
Actual fucking cheese.
mouth
I
watering.
remember
Some actual fucking cheese. Yeah.
there was a cookbook that I
Wonderbread.
very nearly bought in the Brock bookstore, and I kept going back to the bookstore just to read it because it was a cookbook of really fancy grilled cheeses and like microbrew beers to pair it with.
Cool.
It's just grilled cheese and beer.
That sounds bumping.
Damn.
That's fucking cool.
That sounds bump. Don't you feel like you have fucking egg on your face, James? What's the actual best thing you've cooked? For me, it's
Ever?
It's probably genuinely like my pasta and cream sauce.
Yeah.
Like you guys have tasted it personally, so you know that shit be bumping sometimes.
There's a few things that I'm getting better at. Like that steak dinner that I did for you guys, I feel good about.
Your
that
colitis
was
pasta is really good.
Yeah, I just made that too. I'm
You have
working
some
on
of
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't you say you didn't have enough?
that's what happens when you get here early.
I had enough for one person.
This was
for me.
another time.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's a decent pasta.
Colitis
I've done
pasta.
a few other sauces that I think I'm pretty good at.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Uh,
Drew, you
I
cook.
think probably
You cooked professionally once.
Yeah, technically, I put things in a deep fryer for a bit.
What would you do if you put something in a deep fryer and it came back up and it was like a pipe bomb?
Jesus. I would assume that I do not have enough time to pull it out, so I just run I'd run to the like
Time's
walk-in
out.
fridge and just slam the door.
You'd run into the fridge and slam. You think you're
The
Indiana
walk-in-
fucking
The
Jones?
walk-in fridge.
Oh, okay.
The like doors are really heavy.
The walk-in
Because of all the
fridge.
insulation. The walk-in fridge.
You get what you fucking deserve.
But no, this is a reference because in the show there was a scene about grilled cheese, so it's a reference to that. But also,
James loves his references.
James is one of my friends, and we worked together at that kitchen. And
That very kitchen.
That very kitchen with
Pipe
the
bomb
pipe
kitchen?
bomb.
Yeah, okay.
And we would make like grilled
What-
cheese all the time.
Okay.
So specifically can't choose
What-
that.
what would you do if-
recently?
Shut up. What would you do if?
I'm answering his question.
What would you do if you put something in a deep fat fryer, right? And up came James's face.
Oh,
and he
Jesus.
said, "I'm the real James. You need to listen to me."
Is it just his face?
Yeah.
It's like in Scooby Doo, the Spooky Island one, where there's like the pool of all the heads going
the
around.
live action one.
Yeah. They
It's
like,
like in, like,
pull them
bubbly,
out and they're like
Yeah.
moving.
So
Yeah.
hot.
He's getting fried though.
There's fucking no way I would believe my eyes if I saw that.
With 10 million
Like I
fireflies
would,
lit up the world as you fell asleep.
I would slap my face and like pinch myself to see if I was dreaming.
Yeah,
right
to get
now.
the foxtrot out of your head.
I would just slap my head, a foxtrot beneath my bed. Yeah, you wouldn't believe your eyes, and you
No.
just like slap your head and leave. if your fucking friend was in a deep fat fryer?
And said that they're the
No,
real
it's,
one.
it's not my friend. It's something pretending to be my friend.
No, he's the real one. Didn't you listen to what he just said?
He's
I
telling the
don't-
truth.
I don't listen to people. Well, okay,
yeah, I
hold
know.
on.
I noticed that. We all noticed that, Drew.
I don't.
gmail.com.
I don't
blaming
believe.
it on you now.
I don't believe people when they tell me something for the first time. I gotta fact check that shit. I go find a psychic.
you have a big penis.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check. I'll go find like an exorcist or a psychic to be like.
Stop
"Is this
stalling.
real?"
Stop stalling. What's the best thing you've cooked? Wait, no, actually,
I
continue with
didn't
the.
stall. I was trying to answer.
Wait,
it.
continue with the exorcist thing. That's interesting.
Fuck you. What do you want from me?
I don't know.
The cook thing. The cook thing.
Okay.
No, exorcist thing first, then cook.
Oh my god.
I want to hear about the exorcist.
Okay, I bring in a psychic or an exorcist. I phone like a 1-800 number that I find in the telephone.
They have the face of an owl. They're like, what would you like from me?
The exorcist does.
Yeah,
What would
he
you like
turns all
from
the
me?
way around.
Drew Hobden, what would you like from
Can you come to check this deep fryer to see if this is a real ghost?
Okay, I shall. He walks over to the deep fryer and he's like, nope, that's a face.
That's a face.
That's a face.
Like
of your
skin?
friend.
Like
of your
flesh
friend.
and skin.
Of your friend James.
But it's real.
It's real.
Well,
Israel.
where's the fake James?
He left. He left behind me.
All right, then I'll take the baskets that you have,
The deep fryer
the
baskets.
deep fryer baskets, and scoop the face out.
Okay. He's
And-
like, oh, it took you long enough. Jesus Christ. Because,
It's been a while.
The Exorcist took 2 hours to get here.
Yeah. And so
Your friend Boyle.
I didn't know. All right.
One of your best friends.
You let your friend
For all
boil.
I know, this could be an evil spirit locked inside a deep fryer, and it's just waiting for somebody to remove him.
Even if they're evil, you weren't like, just to be safe. I even want to question this guy, and I can see he's getting fried.
I
like the
imagine-
word boil instead.
I imagine for
You let your friend boil.
for the 2 hours that we're waiting for the exorcist, I'm just like sitting beside the deep fryer, like on my phone, like just
James
trying
is
to keep him company.
screaming in agony and ecstasy.
I'm just like, hold on a little bit longer. I need a second opinion. All right, I have to make sure you're not an evil spirit.
He is like he's squelching in there.
I'll put my headphones on.
Bubbles and squeak.
I get some noise canceling headphones and
This is
just
so mean. It's your
Oh my
friend.
I don't know. I don't know. It's
And
my
you're
friend.
letting him
Boil. All right. So what would you cook?
The real answer is probably like fried rice. That's the most recent thing that I've cooked that
Rice?
I'm pretty happy
What do you
with.
put
Is this
in
your
it?
answer? Your answer's
You're
rice.
not-
Hey, you
plain
said
rice.
fried rice.
Fried rice.
What do you put in
Like
it?
egg fried rice.
Yeah.
Like garlic.
Wonderbread toast.
Like garlic, shallots.
boil water.
Egg.
I boil my friends.
Rice. Sesame oil. Soy sauce. Chicken.
That sounds
Green
yummy.
onions.
You should do that for your cooking with.
Oh, there you go.
That ever happened.
Cooking with
Actually,
hey.
Julia, my girlfriend, got me a wok
Ooh.
for Christmas.
Right.
So I can
Around the clock.
cook a walk around the clock.
Yeah.
I can cook proper fried rice now. It's not
Nice.
just
Well,
some
then why
fried-
don't we do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why don't we do that for a cooking with Drew?
Because it's like 8 o'clock.
It's
Not
9 o'clock
tonight,
somewhere.
you ding dong.
It's even later somewhere.
No, like a.m.
Oh, I'd be too tired.
Well, fuck you. Just do it another
I'm gonna
day.
do it at noon.
It's not like today. It's not like the world ends today. And if it does, that would suck for you, considering what you've been doing in your last hours. Just get a bunch of hypotheticals
I've
about your
wasted it away.
foreskin. Yeah. If you knew today was your last day, Drew.
If today was your last day,
If you knew today was your last day.
and tomorrow was too late.
Shut up. If you knew
Would
today.
you say goodbye
Yesterday.
yesterday?
Shut up. Would you, if you knew today was your last day, would you like do something with your foreskin? Like anything?
Where is it?
I can
Reunite with it.
Yeah, you reunite with it.
I'll go on a journey.
Go on a date.
Go on a date with my foreskin?
Yeah.
I'm not-
Yeah, it's like a-
I'm
it's
not
like an
cheating
estranged-
on my girlfriend with
No,
my
it's
foreskin.
a-
I do it
That's
every
not
night.
cheating.
It's a platonic date. It's like reconnecting with like an estranged kid and being like, "Hey, I'm sorry."
Or you can make it like a double
don't know
date.
if
You can
you-
make it a polyamorous relationship. Your girlfriend and your foreskin.
Three-way date.
Yeah.
polycule.
What does that mean? Does that
if
mean
you-
every sex I've ever had has been a three-way? I'm
No,
okay with.
because
Oh my god.
your foreskin is part of you.
Well, yeah, yours could be a part of you for the low price of $49.90. What if it? Okay, what if what if I had your foreskin and had it all this time and was waiting, like Jerry Springer style, to reunite you with your foreskin? Would you accept it?
You like set up this whole podcast just so you can record the fact.
Yeah. What would you do?
I mean, yeah, I guess I would accept it, but the thing is, it would be so
I guess I would accept it.
it would be so decayed that it wouldn't like have you preserved it?
Yes.
You weren't born when it got cut off.
I am part of a secret society called Drew's Foreskin.
Oh, so
We collect the foreskin of every baby named Drew.
you inherited it, basically.
I inherited it from the last man who cut your foreskin off. And now I have to continue the cycle, but I need to glue it back on first.
Cut it off.
Yeah.
All right,
you can go on a date with it. You can have a threesome with it.
If I find out that you're gonna cut it off after, I will not accept it.
Okay, fine. You can keep it. You force my hand.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Alright. Yeah, I'll keep it.
All right. Would you glue it back on?
With like super glue?
No, like with fucking a suspension bridge. Yes, with super glue.
No, it's super glue.
What glue? Elmer's?
No, it would have to be like reattached and like the nerves and stuff.
All right, fine. I'll
If
hire a
it's just
surgeon.
like
You can get
slap
Wait,
surgical
wait. Compromise. Real surgeon, super glue.
That's not surgery.
Yeah, no, they do surgery, but then they put super glue on.
There is
So it's, like,
surgical
bumpy?
glue.
Yeah.
It exists.
Super glue is different than surgical glue.
Oh, I fucking know.
Surgical super glue. Final
It's
offer.
more convincing.
Super surgical glue.
Super surgical glue.
That's
Glue
not bad.
surgical.
Super surgical
sounds
brothers
pretty bad.
glue.
6 separate Tyrannus glue.
This sucks. All right, so the next question is James again. I don't even remember who did this. How much did you enjoy teabagging Drew on scene?
That was you.
Of course it was.
I was a dead kid and you came over and teabagged me.
Damn,
Oh my
I
God.
miss so much.
That's probably worse than anything you've said or done.
Because you actually did it.
Well, I didn't
To be
actually
fair,
teabag
I
a dead
was
kid.
6-foot kid.
Oh, in that case, that makes it legal. You fucking freak. Next question.
You didn't answer his question. How good was it?
Wait, that wasn't the question either. How much did you enjoy?
That's basically the same.
It was alright. I forgot about it, so like,
It didn't make that much of an impression.
yeah, clearly, you know.
It's just another Saturday.
Yeah.
Alright, this question comes from Julia.
Yeah.
Yay.
You cheating on me with a foreskin?
Jesus, this is a very aggressive question. Would you rather lick peanut butter
Yes.
off a homeless meth addict's foot,
Well, that's stereotype.
Okay, Julia, damn.
Julia. I hate the homeless. From Julia.
or be put in a cage with a tiger for an hour and a half?
The homeless thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait. Would you rather lick peanut butter off a homeless meth addict's
Who
foot?
should be illegal and put in a camp.
What does it matter that he's a meth addict? It doesn't seep through the skin.
Okay, question. Can I
It's like
amend
quality
this?
of life.
Yeah.
Is the tiger dead?
That's true.
Or tame.
You should have specified.
Yeah. Or like,
That also sounds awful, though. Just be put in a small cage with a dead tiger. That's not
It'd
great.
be unpleasant.
It's
Yeah.
better than getting mauled to death by a tiger, but it's not great.
yeah, I don't want to lick peanut butter off of like anyone's foot for the record.
That's true.
I-
Doesn't matter
like-
if they do meth or not.
Yeah. Also, like, real talk. I have met meth addicts before.
Yeah.
They blend in pretty damn well into society.
That's true.
A lot of like the stereotypes of meth addicts are actually like not really that true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think the meth is gonna affect. Like, I think her thing is like, oh, it's like the cleanliness thing. It's like, well, the meth doesn't make you more dirty.
Are you saying he's dirty?
She's saying he's dirty because he's fucking homeless.
Yeah.
The meth addicts just sprinkles on top.
Like, I was homeless for a couple of weeks. I wasn't addicted to meth, but
You
fuck
can wash
you, Julia.
your feet in the river or
Yeah.
something, or
If
at
I
a
tr-
public gym.
If
or-
I tried
The
meth
rec center.
and liked it, or if I was on Adderall, which is basically diet meth,
Yeah.
while I was homeless, then I would be the peanut butter foot man.
Yeah.
You ever think about
You
that?
lick peanut butter off your own
Yeah,
foot?
this is what you get for being discriminatory. That's you got the one time we ripped it apart.
Put the peanut butter on
That's
your own
true.
foot next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking and leave
It
your
looks
home
like the
and
peanut
try
butter
meth.
is on the other foot.
That's bad. Yeah, take a drink. You're
Take a
off.
drink ass drink.
Yeah, take a drink-ass drink. Oh, is that bread? The fucking thing. It's got yeast in it.
doesn't.
Yeah.
No,
Actually,
it doesn't
wait. What was
use
the thing? Milk, yeast, and
Milk? No, it was like water.
Lemonade?
Water,
around the corner.
water, yeast, and flour. And
Water,
then
yeast,
it's
and
baked.
flour. I
Okay.
feel like that could fit a lot of different.
Also, yeah, if I sprinkle a little bit of wheat and a little bit of yeast into your water, you would not say, "Oh, bread."
You have to bake it.
It didn't say that in the
did
fucking
not say
definition,
that
did it?
Wonder Bread is
It
baked.
literally did.
It did not say that Wonder Bread is baked.
What do you mean it didn't say that Wonder Bread is baked? What do you think they do? Put raw
Incubated.
dough?
No,
Like, seal it
genuinely,
up?
they could like do
They
another
don't?
process. If it's not baked, we now have an ironclad fucking case.
I can't believe I have to look up another thing.
Oh, you poor baby. I had to make the posters and video ad for this last show.
Is Wonder
Fuck
Bread
off.
vegan? It's Wonder Bread.
Baked.
I'm working on it. Is Wonder Bread bread?
Just look up Wonder Bread manufacturing process.
Yeah, that's easier.
Yeah.
Is
How
Wonder
it's
Bread
made, Wonder
actually
Bread.
baked?
I love that show.
I fucking love it too. The
we
best
weren't-
is
we weren't
getting
just-
high and watching
We weren't
it.
just doing a Take On Me,
No.
because it sounded like All right, shut up.
Same family.
All right, sweet. What, like Swedes?
Yeah.
Norway. It's Norway.
Dutch.
Aha's Dutch?
Aha's Dutch.
What? I feel betrayed. Can you hurry up,
I'm
Drew?
on Wikipedia. I'm trying to find it.
You're on Wikipedia? You're on fucking Wikipedia.
I mean, it says it's baked. I'm just trying to find like a more up-to-date.
Baking.
Like they changed their creation strategy.
I
Now
thought you
it's
were looking up
freeze-dried.
if the definition of bread had baked in it.
No, it does have baked in it.
I think, yeah, otherwise, again, just putting like a little bit of wheat and a little bit of yeast in Drew's water as a prank makes him accidentally drink bread, and you can't drink bread, he'd choke.
You can't drink bread.
Yeah. My science is sound there. Alright, so while Drew is looking up his dare and do,
Yeah.
Luke,
Yeah.
you're an improviser around town.
Yeah.
What would you do if you could change improv in one small way? Everyone adapts to it.
Everyone adapts to it.
You're God, but like really shitty.
I'm God, but I'm really shitty.
You only have domain over improv.
And like one small thing.
The one small thing, I would.
What is this, Metal Gear? A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Just repeating everything that I say?
I think it would be to give and take criticism well, because that means you can learn very.
I said
effectively.
small thing. That's a pervasive problem.
Okay, that's a pervasive problem.
First of all, I take offense to that. Anyway, thank you.
Funnier.
No, I like that. Give and take criticism well.
Yeah, because like I think we were talking about this a little while earlier today. It's like if you have a good community that knows how to give and take criticism well, and you're listening to each other's ideas, it becomes really apparent what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
And it's just about volume and getting better.
Yeah.
Like you kind of know what works and what doesn't, and
Yeah.
what feels good and what doesn't feel good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, like-
Leslie?
Oh, this is a question for everyone.
Why not? Round table.
What would I change?
What would I fucking change?
Huh.
What would I fucking change? I'd give Drew a second foreskin.
That's part of the improv world.
Yeah.
And we already know it will be a small thing.
Yeah. Little penis.
What is the joke there? Like, so what if he does have a small penis? I don't know if he does.
Probably.
Leslie, what's even the bad thing if someone has a small penis? There's probably like a few little dicked people listening to this, and like they could be as good.
Your dick's small.
Shut up, Leslie.
Leslie.
They could be as good, if not better, at pleasing a person than I ever could be in my entire fucking life.
It's what you do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, who cares? Who fucking cares?
Unless someone's gonna like laugh at it,
Yeah.
who gives a fucking shit? Dude?
I guess that's the same with all physical things. Like if you're
Yeah.
fat, like who cares?
Yeah, it's like if you have a partner that doesn't care, that, like, or like is attracted or like
Yeah.
is ambivalent to being fat. It's like who cares? It's like well, some people are gonna make fun of you.
Yeah.
and that
Like
sucks.
if you have like an embarrassing birthmark, or if you're like 6 foot with glasses and a fedora, sure, those are things to make fun of someone for.
doesn't
But
know
who
what bread
cares? Who doesn't know what bread is? Yeah, and takes 20 minutes in a thesis paper to look it up.
I was reading the history of Wonder Bread backwards,
Oh my
so I
lord.
could see if anything changed. And the only time that it says it's baked in like the early days because they were the first company in America to pre-slice the bread when they sold it. And everybody's like, it's gonna dry out, it's gonna dry out.
Excellent.
But actually nobody else pre-sliced the bread because there was a steel shortage thanks to the war. And that's why nobody had the infrastructure to pre-slice the bread. Anyway, in 1925,
oh fucking
Continental
God.
Baking Company purchased Taggart, and the Wonder Bread national brand added "It's slow baked" to the logo. So I think that's enough proof as I need.
It's not, but that's in 1925.
Yeah,
Almost
and I
100
read
years
through it backwards to see if there was a thing that was like, they stopped baking the bread, and there wasn't, so fuck you.
If I could change one thing about improv, it would be that the more focus sharing in the sense that there aren't two conversations, like verbal conversations, going on at the same time. Because I find
Call
as
out?
no.
It's a call-in.
Yeah.
I'm calling it in.
Hey guys.
You think Drew does that?
No.
I think Drew
Focus
does.
share?
Well, yeah, you focus share, but I mean,
You
like,
you said you
the
didn't.
thing that
said
I
I
would
didn't.
change was not having multiple verbal conversations going on at once in the scene, because as someone who watches improv, I find that something very painful when there's just two competing conversations.
Big man. Go on.
Oh.
Drew just burped. He like looked away from the camera and like shot me a sly
camera?
smile and said like, "You're gonna love this," under his breath. You couldn't hear it, but and then he burped really loudly and then like took like a whole like it looked like a yolk, an egg yolk, out of his mouth.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Then he offered it to me and I shook my head and he just came back in the conversation going like, "Yeah, whatever. That didn't happen," nonchalantly.
Also, your dick's not small at all. It's actually
Thanks,
pretty
man.
big.
Thanks, man.
How big's your dick, Drew?
I was reading during that conversation, so I was kind of ignoring it. But I fucking hate, like, little dick joke culture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's bothersome.
I would agree with that. And like, yeah, like what does it accomplish? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anytime... I know that, like, there's, like, a stereotype around people who have, like, big trucks and stuff.
We just made many little dick
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah, you made it, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't make no such thing, Leslie.
Yeah, fuck you, Leslie.
Leslie.
Teeny beeny.
We all have our toxic traits.
But yeah, when people are like,
Problematic fave small dick jokes.
when people have like big trucks and you see them like driving by and you go like, oh, compensating for something? Hate that shit.
I'm okay with
Talk about a pet peeve.
Yeah. I'm okay with compensating for something if you're talking about like your shitty personality, because definitely.
Yeah, but the implication isn't that. It's
Isn't
never
that.
that.
Well, it's because they don't care about like that. The trouble with
It's a
the
surface
small,
level joke. I get
yeah,
it, but
that's-
it's like
that's the problem with the
It
culture
just
around
implies that they're insecure.
Yeah, the problem with the small penis jokes is that like we don't care about it, but those guys driving the trucks, like the whole reason that's the whole joke about like, oh, compensating for your tiny penis, no, is because they do care about their penis size.
Yeah,
They do care.
They do,
and
care
you're hurting their
because
feelings
the culture around it
with
makes
your
it a bad
foreskin.
thing.
You're hurting their feelings with your foreskin, and you need to cut it off.
I already did.
Yeah.
Again,
Myself, it was like whittling.
DIY.
It was like wiggling.
It's like
I needed to cut it off. That shit was wiggling. You just remove your pants, it's like, hello, my baby, hello, my honey.
Noodle! There's a noodle in there!
So then you have to just whittle the wiggle.
Yeah.
That sounds like a euphemism for something. To whittle the wiggle.
Whittle the wiggle.
Yeah.
What? Explain to me what that stands for. What that is.
What that stands for? It stands for integrity, my friend. It stands for human rights. It stands for
It's
America.
very important.
Yeah. You have to whittle the wiggle if you're a true.
Against-
It's like one of those.
True American.
Yeah, it's like what of that Rosie the Riveter, like whittle the wiggle, join the cause.
I need you to whittle,
whittle the wiggle. Yeah, Uncle Sam pointing it out. That was based on Samuel Wilson. He was a meat man.
A meatman?
Yeah, I know that random fact for no real reason.
Like a deli guy or...
meat inspector during the war.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think he was just sort of like one of those good Samaritans, like, he's working for nothing. It's not that we're exploiting him. He's a good man. And there was a
You
sort of
should
like,
do the same.
yeah, and so Uncle Sam became like a household name of just sort of like, again, it's just sort of like propaganda, where it's just sort of like Rosie the Riveter, it's just sort of like, that person's doing a good job and is asking for little pay and is not asking questions. Why aren't you? If you were drafted into the furry war, Drew, would you? Yeah, would you join the sides of the furries or the otakus?
Oh Jesus! Is that what the war's between?
Yeah.
Otaku life.
If I had to pick one, probably the otakus.
Yeah, you'd choose the otakus?
Yeah, I mean both are pretty cringe, but like at least otakus have like
The cringe wars.
the cringe wars. At least otakus like they have better merch.
That
Yeah.
capitalism. Drew,
Better
et tu,
taste.
Brutus. Et tu, Brutus.
It's delivered through capitalism, but in the perfect world where we choose a different like financial system or whatever, we still get merch.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking.
Like I don't want to lose merch.
Merch is
if
something
give
we
up
should
capitalism. Yeah.
What's the thing you like the least about Daryl?
Oh no. That he competes for my height.
That is fair. He is a tall person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like being the only one that's tall.
Okay, scenario. You are now taller than Daryl Dean.
I am taller than Geraldine.
Yeah, thank you for playing along. And and you walk outside, and Daryl goes, "Oh man!" he's clearly upset. What do you do?
I laugh at him.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if
dude.
he's gonna be that insecure about his height,
dude.
Do you twist-
Dude, you're talking about like small dick jokes are like
Yeah, do you-
beyond me.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, well,
No.
that's like
short
small
people jokes are fine. I don't give a fuck.
No, but the short people jokes are funny when they're insecure about their height. It's the same thing with small dick jokes.
What about when the short people is the dick?
You ever think about that for once in your fucking
You ever
life?
think about that, Drew?
You mean like if he's being a dick?
I'm gonna fart in your
No.
face next.
Dick?
No.
It's a Bruin. I warn you.
Don't you dare.
It's a Boston Bruin. So what would you do? Do you twist his dick?
No.
All right, just making
He would
sure.
not want that.
Yeah, well, he also doesn't want you to be taller than him.
Well, tough shit.
All right, scenario. You're much shorter than him.
No.
You're sorry, you lost your privilege.
No.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, you poor
if you're
little
so
short
stupid to be
baby.
insecure about your height.
Oh. Scenario.
The puff McDo.
All right, scenario. I fart in your face. Do you leave?
Yes. Don't even try.
All right, fine.
Sit back down, Paul.
You forced my hand, Drew. All right, last one to cap out the night. All right, all of us are gonna make a hypothetical for you,
Why?
and we're gonna do it one word at a time. So,
Christ.
Drew
Hobden,
What
would,
you
do
if
a
mom
Meteor,
took
your
Dad,
Meteor
in
there,
a house,
to
cook,
a
dad,
stew,
and
then
dinosaurs
came
and
came,
in
the
soup.
Is that the end of it?
What would you? It was so simple.
What would I do
if a mom meteor?
and a dad meteor?
No,
No.
took your dad meteor.
Took my dad meteor into the kitchen.
their house.
In their house.
To
Their house.
to make a dad stew.
No.
A
yes.
mom stew.
No.
A dad
You
stew.
correct the
stew.
first time. I was just throwing you off, and you fell
and then
for it. You stupid
dinosaurs
idiot.
came
Yeah.
and came in the soup,
Yep.
Yeah.
which is different than the stew.
Sure.
So I would probably eat
No,
the stew.
actually, it's the same thing. It's interchangeable.
It's before it was
It's kind of like
Hold on.
It's kind of like Wonderbread and bread. As long as there's yeast in it, a stew is soup.
That can't be true. I mean, what do people say? Sandwiches, salads, and soup.
That's false.
Herm, wait a minute. My spidey senses.
never said they stopped baking it.
A dad stew.
baking it to this day. They
should take
It's a small bake.
Is a dad stew like a stew made out of dad, or is it a stew made for dads? Or
It's
is
made
it
out of dad meteor.
Or is
Alternatively, it's a dad named Stu.
it like they made
Like Stewart?
made a guy
Stew.
named Stu?
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably get Stu and tell everybody.
Stu.
I would take Stu away from the soup and make sure nobody drank the soup because it had dinosaur coming.
What if that's like it fucking cures cancer? I don't know.
Yeah,
it
what
could
if,
be a
what if
super
dinosaur
medicine.
cum cures
I mean-
cancer? What if dinosaur cum cures cancer?
Out of
What
me,
if?
Dinosaur cum
Cures cancer.
out of me, Stu, Mom Meteor, and Dad Meteor,
All
which
dead.
one of us
All
know?
dead. All of them dead.
Which one of us know that dinosaur cum cures cancer?
None, but you can't know until you try.
Until you try.
Well, you know what? If one of them wants to take the risk, that's fine. But
it's
it ain't
you,
gonna
dude.
be
And
me.
it's you, dude.
It ain't
You're
gonna
taking
be
the
me.
risk.
It ain't gonna be
Do
me.
you hate cancer patients?
No,
Drew?
because the thing is if I don't have cancer, how would I know that it cures cancer? I'm just
All right,
drinking
fine.
dinosaurs.
You have
cum.
cancer. You have cancer.
In this scenario, I have cancer.
Yeah.
No, sorry. This is bad. I just got a call from your doctor.
Dr. Geraldine.
Why did he call you?
I don't know.
Supposed to
Wrong,
be calling me about
wrong
that
number?
shit.
Oh, well, someone needs to tell Drew.
Nearby?
You have a friend.
Just
you have
let
a
him
friend
know that
named
he has
Andrew?
cancer.
Just imagine getting a call going like, hey, is this Steve? No. Well, if you see him, can you tell him
You're horrible. You walk around the mall. Hey, Steve. Anybody named Steve?
Anybody named Steve at the number? Oh, I should have written it down. You just tell every Steve they've got cancer and to call their doctor just to make sure.
Yeah, just double check with your doctor.
Yeah, so you've got cancer. And it's...
And there's an inkling in my mind that like maybe this will work.
And for the record, when that happens in real life, because it will to you,
It might. I mean, it happens to a lot of people.
it happens to a lot of people. Luckily, I will be dead from my one lung situation far before I can get cancer, so I'm fine.
What if that one gets cancer?
What if this then I'm already dead before they diagnose it. So you'll never know that I had cancer anyway.
Yeah, they'll do an autopsy.
Oh, thanks, dude. Anyway,
We'll want answers.
so, you know what'd be cool if they did an autopsy and my lung grew back. They're like,
It'd be pretty
can't,
wild. They like,
we can't explain it, but he's fine.
Heaven is for real.
I don't
Yeah.
know how he died.
Like he's totally fine. I'm still breathing. Like I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cut into the second lung like after it grew back, and they're like, "Fuck."
Yeah. But like cutting into me was the thing that made me come back to life.
Oh, it, like woke you up.
Yeah.
That's sometimes how it really is.
This episode was really stupid.
Daryl brings a certain
Groundedness.
intelligence
Yes.
here.
Yeah, but also toxicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toxicity.
Anyway,
What was the Greek name that we had as a kid?
Oh,
So hot. Greek woman.
I have to
Singing
listen-
out rapping along.
I have to listen back. It was like a combination of 3 words.
Big curly hair. Oh my god.
More pussy? I don't remember. There was some sort of 3-word combination.
I don't know. Whatever it was, I'm not naming my kid it.
Well, you could.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, what if you met your wife and she had that name and she was like, my one dream in
You
life...
already asked that question.
Shut up, I'm asking a different version. My one dream in life is to name my child after myself. They're always after me, Lucky Charms. What you do? And then she gets cancer, and there's no dinosaur cum soup anywhere to be found.
I scoured the world. I can't find it.
You can't find it. Would you name your child after...
I don't want kids, so fuck that. But also, if it meant...
Give it away as an orphan, but at least put the name tag on
If
it.
it meant if it meant a lot to
I don't know
my
its
wife,
gender.
then yes,
Yeah?
I would.
You would?
It doesn't have to mean a lot to
We
me.
did it.
But it has
we
to mean a lot to one
did
of
it.
us.
This has been punked. Julia's name is not Julia. What kind of fucking name is Julia?
Yeah.
And she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And you stupid idiot, you're gonna name the kid Julia?
What?
Would you do that?
Would I name the kid Julia?
Yeah.
I mean,
Julia
Jr.?
Julia
JJ?
Julia Jr. Jingleheimer Schmidt.
I
Jonah
mean, we
Jameson.
would have to have a conversation. Does she, in this scenario, want it to be named Julia?
I
The
think
baby
the whole
or-
junior situation is fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't like juniors. That's the
Nope.
thing. Like, if
You heard it. You heard it here first, folks. Drew does not like juniors. He's more of a sophomore kind of guy.
It's a shitty restaurant. No, actually, it is a good restaurant. Yeah, they have it's like a pub. They got good chicken wings.
Is that in this area? Can you plug it?
It is in this area.
Talk about it. Dox them right now.
I actually,
Swap
it's
them.
been a very long time since I went, but they have like a board up in the restaurant that has like 40 different.
Yeah, I know how
combinations
they're
of,
feeling. I'm getting a little
sauces and
bit bored up
stuff.
listening to you.
Shut up. You asked me to do it.
I know.
But anyway, if my wife is dying and she wanted the kid to be named after her,
Yeah.
then yes. But if she's still alive and she's totally fine and she's like, I want this kid to be named after me, I might give a little pushback.
That's very uninteresting.
If she asks
you.
that, she's not totally fine.
Yeah, she's fucked up.
She's
in
got
the head.
some weird thing where she wants to live through her kid
some
and give her
narcissism
kid some
going on
like
there.
existential.
Oh, like you
problems.
wouldn't know anything about narcissism.
Takes one to know one.
Oh, well, don't agree with me. Don't yes and me. Not
It's
today.
baked in me.
It's
Just like Wonderbread.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. You know, what? Fuck it. This has been Credit Zero by After School Arcade.
Yeah.
Your name is
Drew.
Your name is
Luke.
Your name is
Leslie.
Your name is Daryl. My name is Tweed. Bye.
Bye.